Hey everyone, welcome to Post to Post. If you're new, my name is Neil, and my Montreal Canadiens finally got some good news this year. We won the draft lottery. It's been a tough year. There's been injuries, there's been frustrations as far as some games look pretty good, and then you win another game and another game. That happened, I think, very rarely, maybe only once in the entire season. And you start to get a little bit of hope. Are they coming out of it? St. Louis came in. Okay, things are starting to get rolling here a little bit. Not that we're going to make the playoffs, but still things look promising, even just for that small little glimmer of hope, that small little glimmer of light, and then things started to go downhill again. So there are a lot of frustrations. I could sit here for probably 10 minutes and list them all. But some good news. As good news as you can get for finishing last in the NHL. So statistically, Montreal was supposed to win this draft, and they actually did it, which is pretty awesome. I think the last time the Montreal Canadiens won the draft, or got first in the draft, or chose first overall rather, was before I was born. It would have been like in 1980, so like 42 years ago or something crazy like that. I believe they drafted Doug Wickenheiser or Wicken something, and prior to that, I believe it was 1971 for Guy Lafleur. Pretty sure that those are the last two for the Montreal Canadiens. If they were ones prior to that, I don't remember them. I know a little bit into the early 80s and into the 70s, but beyond that, I have no idea basically. So I'm very thrilled. I'm very thrilled for the Montreal Canadiens. However, I'm cautious. Okay, I like the additions that they made in management this year. I like the changes that they made in the coaching as well. I like the slow roll approach, the methodical, logical approach that's happening right now. I would say up until last year, maybe the year before, I was that hockey fan that you make the moves at the trade deadline, you make the moves in the offseason, let's go for it every single year. And I think now I've really kind of taken a step back, and I've approached my team a little more methodical and logical. And I don't mind waiting a couple of years. If we're going to rebuild, if we're going to build a team and build the structure properly, let's do it. If it takes 2 years, awesome. If it takes 5 years, that sucks, but let's do it. Because on year 6 or on year 7, if we can be extremely competitive, one of the best teams in the NHL, and compete for the Stanley Cup from year 6 to year 12, I'm all about that. So I think the slow approach is appropriate here. Montreal is almost certainly going to draft Shane Wright, which I think is a logical decision. There's other options, but I think it's basically a given that Shane Wright is going to be a Montreal Canadian, which is awesome. He's exactly what they need. However, I think I'm in the minority in the sense that I don't know if I want him to play that first year. I would be 100% fine if he remained below the NHL in whatever capacity, whether it's the AHL, whether it's, the OHL where he plays now. Like, it doesn't really matter to me. Allow him time to develop. I think they did that with Suzuki, or Vegas did that with Suzuki, and just allowed him to kind of develop down there and then move up. That's what the approach that I would probably take, because Montreal's not winning the Stanley Cup next year. They're likely not making the playoffs next year. So what value is it to blow his, to send him right into the danger zone as a rookie? I don't think that's the best development plan. So I would surprisingly be okay with Montreal not blowing his rookie year next year and allowing him to stay down. But I will say that if he wants to play in the NHL, if he doesn't want to stay down and develop, if he thinks he's ready to go and wants to play regardless if Montreal makes the playoffs or not, let him play. I say leave it up to him. If he thinks he's ready to take on the challenge, give him the challenge and let him join the team. Let him get used to the guys on the rest of the team. Speaking of which, that'll change drastically. We don't know what Carey Price is going to do. He could retire. He could play. He could be on long-term injury reserve. There's 3 options there. We don't even know what it's going to be. I highly doubt he's going to retire. He wants to play, he said, so he's probably going to try to play, but I don't know when he's going to be ready. I suspect that he'll just stay on LTIR, but who knows? But then you've got a goaltending situation to figure out. Do you play Jake Allen as your starter and Montembeault as your backup? Do you go out and try and find someone else? That's going to also affect your long-term decision on what you want to do in net. If Carey Price is on LTIR for years and years, or if he retires, it gets complicated. So they got their defense to figure out as well, because Petry's almost certainly going to be gone. He wants to be gone. Montreal's going to trade him. So, in every aspect of the ice, up front, they need to make changes, and they're going to lose, I think, at least 2 up front. There's changes up front, there's changes on the back end, and there's changes in net. So Montreal's going to be a completely different team next year, but I still don't see them being a super competitive team where they're going to make the cup, or they're going to make the playoffs rather, or make the cup final. They just need to take it slow. That's what I'm feeling good about, the slow approach. So very happy for the new Montreal management. I hope St. Louis stays on as coach. I hope they don't rush things, not just with Shane Wright, but with other prospects and developmental assets that they have. And we just kind of pick away and grow. That's ideal for me. A couple of people asked me if I'm going to go to the draft. Now, I live in Fredericton, New Brunswick, and it's an 8-hour-ish drive to Montreal. I would love to. I would absolutely love to. I don't even know what day it's on. I don't know if it's in the a Wednesday or a Thursday. Probably not. But I don't know if I can take off time from work. I probably can, but then I got to find a ticket, and then I need to find a place to stay. And like, if an opportunity comes up, 100%, I would love to be there. I'm going to try to go, but I need to figure a couple things out, like a hotel, like what day it's on, and see if I can actually buy a ticket. If anyone knows where I could potentially find a ticket easier than, a little bit easier, let me know. I don't know if season ticket holders get first access, or I don't know how that works. I've never been to an NHL draft in my life. So if you have any information on that, please let me know. Please reach out to me via email or Twitter direct message. Email's the best place to reach me. But would love to go to the draft to see my team draft first overall in their home arena. Sign me up. So very happy for Montreal, and happy for New Jersey as well. I mean, in a way, like kind of not, because they've had their opportunities to draft pretty high in recent years, but happy in the sense that things don't look amazing in New Jersey right now. I don't like these bottom dweller teams. Like, New Jersey's not really done much recently. If they need a couple more assets to get them going, get them competitive again, awesome. Parity is awesome. Let's get the Devils competitive again, back into the playoffs, and other teams as well. I think the cycle of teams is what makes the NHL interesting. If Washington won the Cup 8 years in the last 10 years, how boring would that be? So I like New Jersey popping up there. I like the progression of Buffalo this year. I would like Arizona turning things around a little bit and kicking it up a notch, regardless of what arena they play in. So I'm happy for that. Montreal made it to the Cup Finals last year. They came dead last in the league. They went from top to bottom. What's next? We'll find out. So thank you for watching. I appreciate you. What are your thoughts on Montreal coming first? And obviously going to draft Shane Wright, probably. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. If you want to catch more hockey talk and you're new, please consider hitting the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button if you did enjoy this video. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Adios.